girl Victoria, back to you with another review for Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 26. Where are they now, Nashville? We have finally reached the end. After 89 years, we have reached the end of Season 16. So this is where they're going to have the little, I'm not even going to say couples retreat, but like a weekend retreat. So their little reunion, whatever, so to speak. We see the little video diaries of McKinley getting back to town in Nashville from Michigan, and everyone else doing a little video diary of what they expect to see or happen on the weekend retreat, and how they're nervous, excited, whatever the case may be. I didn't put nothing down of any specific person. So that's when we get to Jasmine and Kirsten. They're the first to arrive, and I guess Jasmine's feeling a little apprehensive about what's going to be going on, and I guess maybe the feelings of certain people. I don't know, but as they walk in and see that it's nice, of course it's always going to be a nice place. I guess she's getting excited. Okay, cool. So Dom is the next to arrive. And actually, no, Gina and Nicole arrive because I guess Chris has to work. So then Dom arrives next. So all the girls arrive first. And they all sit on the balcony to chit chat and talk. And coming to find out, Dom got a new job. And she got a new man that's a year younger than her. So she's doing good. That's fine. So after that, I think it was Kirsten who set up this, sound bath with a meditation coach. So they do the sound bath exercise. After that, they sit down to chit chat and talk. And I guess Shaq and Harris' birthday is coming up, so they're going to be celebrating all together, and it's going to be Vegas themed. So Kirsten said the dress that she got picked out for the Vegas theme party, whatnot, Shaq is going, what she said, Shaq is going to want her back once he sees the dress. I mean, don't get me wrong. She looked gorgeous. Absolutely phenomenal in her red dress. However, I'm just like, I noticed y'all wearing the same color again. You wore the same color on the reunion, and now you're wearing the same color underwear they now for the birthday party. Interesting. So they may want to make it seem like it's something or it's not nothing. But it's just, once again, we had the same issue with Jasmine and Harris. Now I'm seeing Shaquille and Kirsten. Their body language is through the roof compared to what it was during the season, even though we're still in the season. So I'm like, interesting. So now we even showcasing even more lovey-doveyness towards each other. All right, whatever. So Jasmine leaves because she has to go to work. She may or may not be back that night. And Clint is the next to arrive. So Nicole, they're talking. Nicole's now the marketing executive for Gina's hair salon, whatnot, to make some money. Okay, cool. And then we get to Shaq. He's the next person to arrive. And Kirsten, I don't know. To me, it just seems like she's already was in a good mood, but it looked like she just brightened up when he walked in. Her smile was so wide. And, they just seem like as if they never even broke up, because it's just, everything's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Easy breezy lemon squeeze. That's really what I say. But you know what I'm trying to say. So she seemed like she brightened up. Shaq saying seeing her again is bringing up feelings. Shaq, please. It's been 9 years. I don't care. Okay, we don't care. We just want this thing to end at this point. So I guess Shaq lives in Austin, Texas now because of his new job that he took. I think was the same job that was offered to him while he was still in a marriage with Kirsten. So I guess he decided to take that job. He moved and, he's doing good. So then that's when Dawn brings up that her puppy has officially reached puberty and is humping everything, boning everything. And I get you want it to be included, Dom, so I'll give you that. But at the same time, it just looked like, especially when they play certain music to when people say certain things, it just makes it more awkward than what it really probably was, especially from what the producers showcased of people's reactions. But like, I know the producers be producing, so who knows if that's really true, but in this moment with the music and what they showcased of people's reaction, it just looked like, Dom, you tried, but it didn't land as good as you probably hoped that it would. So then we move on to Clint. He asks everybody about their dating lives, and come to find out Clint is dating someone. He's very happy. Nicole has met the girl and she approves. Not that, he needed her approval, but he's glad he had her approval. Okay. Like, I'm just kind of like, okay, what's the updates here? Like, I guess they're updating us, but it's not, a good enough update for you guys to have a whole 2 hour show. At this point, I'm just kind of like on with it. Let's wrap this up. This could have been 30 minutes. Let's wrap this up, please. So after that, we get to Shaq. He said he's been dating, but nothing serious. Gina's dating someone that she's known for 10 years, and they're like officially exclusive. So that's cool. And then we have Chris. He shows up. Now, Chris, you seem okay. I don't have no actual beef with you or nothing. But this shirt, he had the button opened up, and I don't know, just the way that it was laying on his chest, the curvature of the collar and stuff. I'm like, Chris, what are we doing with this shirt here? Because this shirt is not working out for me. Clint, he had some buttons open, but it laid flat on the chest, so it was it went. But yours, I don't know if that's the way it was supposed to go, or if there's a malfunction with the shirt. But I'm like, this don't look good. This don't look good. You need to just return to sender. Let's start anew. But he comes, they're talking it up and whatnot. The guys decide to go to play pool. The girls are cooking for Mexican night for that night for dinner. And Kirsten lets everyone know that her and Shaquille kind of went on a date, but he didn't pursue her further. So that's all she needed to know. Okay, whatever. At this point, there's nothing really to comment. So if you say so, whatever. So then we get to Harris. He shows up, immediately asks where the guys are, understandably so. And then McKinley shows up afterwards. The men go sit by the grill to talk. And, they talk about their DMs. Matt reads some of his DMs that he's been getting from females. Okay, cool. Guys gonna be guys. Girls gonna be girls. So even though both guys and girls pretty much talk about the same thing and, kiki about the same things, but okay. And then we have Gina. She goes outside and sits and talks with the guys for a little bit. Nothing really to write down. So I'm just really like, what are we doing here? What is the purpose of this? You had more interesting things going on in the days and weeks after decision day than where are they at now? Because there's nothing, we already seen where they are, so there's no point for this. There's really not. But I guess we're going to have to progress and continue on with this episode. So dinner's finally ready, and everyone goes to sit down together. The food looks good, and, Shaq is the one that says grace. So further conversation, Nicole brings up the negative comments she's been receiving from people that hate her because she's not a size 0. And in my head, I'm like, is that really the true reason you're getting these hate comments, Nicole? Because I feel like it don't have to do nothing with your size. I mean, she's the one who reads it, so she would know better than me. But for me, I'm just kind of like, I'm pretty sure it's just because she talks too much, she do the most, and she's nosy, she's messy. I think that's what it's really about, not the fact that you are not a size 0, because majority of the population is not a size 0. So, okay, but if that's what you're getting, then, F them. So then we go down a whole spiel of people getting negative comments. Clint saying that, people was texting him, or he seen stuff about Gina and he felt bad for her because she's a great person, whatnot. And then we get to Shaq. He say when he sees stuff that's been, saying stuff about Kirsten, he's like, you're not going to talk about my wife like that. And it's just like, okay, we know you're going to defend. Everybody's going to defend everybody. So that's good. However, let's be real here, okay? Can we keep it 100? Now, I understand because they're on TV and all that stuff. They're not really feeling the negative side effects or consequences, however you want to call it, of being on reality TV. You on reality TV, people going to talk about you, point blank, period. I don't know what else to say other than you be watching reality TV show. I'm sure everyone on this show, the cast of season 16, have all watched reality TV. I'm sure that you have not liked people that were portrayed on reality TV, and you had your prejudgments about them. So why are you acting surprised like you wasn't going to get the same type of thing now that you're on a reality show? So I understand you probably didn't realize it was as bad to this extent, but at the same time, this is nothing new here, okay? People always going to talk. Okay, and I'm not no big YouTuber or nothing, but I'm sure, God willing, if I ever get to that point, people won't talk about me. Okay, it is what it is. That's the risk, consequences you take of coming on a platform where people could say anything, they talk about anything, they're quick to, pick out your flaws versus telling you, compliments. And yeah, you're right. People won't say whatever they want on social media, but if they see you to your face, they're gonna want to be nice to you. Okay, I could keep it real because I'm doing my review of my opinions in my vicinity of my own home. But at the same time, if I see you on the street, I'm not gonna be like, hey Gina, you doing this, that. I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's Gina. Let me take a picture. Okay, now, like I said, because I'm reviewing, I'm giving my opinions. I mean, I'm not gonna go to the point of sending you no DMs because first off, I don't be checking for nobody. I don't be checking for nobody like that at all. If I see Mass fan posted, I might go look for those 2 seconds. After that, I'm not gonna be looking for you. The only people I really follow from Maths is like Amani, Woody, I think Jessica and Austin. I don't really think I follow them. Like, I don't really follow celebrities like that because what's the point? You're not going to follow me back. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, I'm just kind of like, I'm not going to go to that extreme. But at the same time, if I'm doing a review about my opinions on the show and the episode, what's going on, you dang right. If I see something that to me, that's questioning me about your character, I'm going to bring it up. And it's going to be like, I'm not really feeling what you did. But, I mean, I guess for them, I mean, I get it. I can understand. I can empathize of what you may be going through, but at the same time, it's kind of just like what else you expect getting on TV, knowing how social media is nowadays. It's the trolls. It's bad. It's bad. So all you gotta do, just like everybody else do, just block them. Just block. Block will be if you become any influencer or social media, whatever. Block will be your best friend. That's all I have to say. But good luck to you guys with that. I'm sure you guys will figure it out, just like all the other seasons, and the people will figure it out. So they cheers, and then they go to the next morning. Clint McKinley go walking and talking. Jasmine is back, and they have a field day obstacle course. I think Eris went to work, and Nicole and Chris went back because Chris had to go back to work. And Jasmine is the referee. And then we have two teams, McKinley, Gina, and Dom. So McKinley and his exes. And then we have Kirsten, Clint, and Shaq. So McKinley and his exes, they just not they decided, but they won. And I'm like, looking at this little obstacle course thing, I feel like I would puke personally because it's like I don't drink like that. I really don't. So to drink and then try to do this obstacle course and then drink again, I feel like I never gotten to that point, but I just personally feel like I'm probably gonna be a puker because it's been moments where I be drinking. Like, not a lot, because I don't drink like that. But to the point, I be starting to feel queasy after a couple drinks. And when I say a couple, maybe if I get to 3, I'm like, okay, I can't do this. And I'm talking about 3 of like 40% drinks. I know wine and stuff. Out like liquor? No, don't, no. I'm good. I'm good. You can keep that. You can keep that. But, the kudos to them. No one puked or nothing because they probably can all handle the liquor. That's great. That's nice. That's nice. But, it seemed fun. I would want to be a referee. I would be a referee. I wouldn't partake because I don't have the speed that they do. But, I would be a ref. I definitely would. So, anywho. So, after that, Jasmine, she leaves for work again. Eris gets back to the retreat. And Nicole and Chris also get back to the retreat. And then we have Gina McKinley. They sit down to talk. Gina felt that McKinley wasn't interested. He admitted that he wasn't sure how serious they were going to be taking things or whatnot, but he sees now that he missed his shot because now she's with somebody else. And he's just going to be taking his time to enjoy the single life. Good for you. Good for you. We get to see Shaq sleeping and snoring. And it brought me back to, I don't know who it was, if it was Shaq recording Kirsten snoring or if it was Kirsten recording Shaq snoring. But somebody recorded somebody snoring between them two. I think it was Shaq recording Kirsten snoring. And I'm like, look who's snoring now, Shaq. Look who's snoring now. But anyway, the guy's chilling, talking in the kitchen. Shaq eventually wakes up to hang out with them. Dom walks in and talks with the guys for a few moments or whatnot. And I guess Clint wants Chris to make the souffle, so he's attempting to make the souffle. I'm looking at him attempting to make the souffle. The souffle is looking very questionable. I'm like, I don't know how to make no souffle. Maybe I should try that one day. But I don't know how to make no souffle. So I'm like, Chris, I don't think this is it. I mean, I guess it turned out to be good, but during the process, I'm just like, Chris, this is not looking souffle-ish. So I don't know if Clint came to the rescue, so to speak, but it was very questionable. And then even when Chris was trying to cut the chicken or whatever meat that was, Clint was looking at him like he got to make sure he's doing it right. And in that meantime, that's when the girls who are doing their hair, they're laughing and talking about how Clint be, a whole different person, a whole different vibe in the kitchen because he wants everything to be perfect because, I guess he's the cook of the house and whatnot. So, okay, cool. So everyone dresses up for dinner, and it's going to be a 5-course meal. Each meal represents each couple per Clint's words. I'm not going through the whole spiel of the reason or what was the food and what couple what it was and why it was chosen for them to be this part of the course. But all I can say was like the first course, the first course, who was the first course? Oh, the first course was Clint and Gina. The second course was Dom and McKinley. I think Dom and McKinley. Then the third course was Shaquille and Kirsten. Then the fourth course was Jasmine and Harris. And the fifth course was, of course, Chris and Nicole. That's it. So then we get to, as they're talking and whatnot, I'm looking at the aluminum cups. I'm like, I do not like these aluminum cups. I understand why they have it for the purpose of editing, so you don't see them high 1 second and then low the next second, or low 1 second, high the next second. But at the same time, it's like, I get the reason why you guys did that, but it's just like, if they're having a fancy dinner, let's get the glass. Okay, let's get the actual glass so it can feel fancy. Not no damn aluminum cups. Okay. So, anywho, Eris is just enjoying the food, and as they're going through each course, and whoever's couple is representing, that's when people say nice things about the couples. So when we got to Shaquille and Kirsten, Eris gets a little choked up talking about Shaquille's his dog, and he's been the one who he's been closest with and most vulnerable with and whatnot. So then Jasmine shows up for dinner right before course 4 in regards to her and Eris's marriage, coincidentally. And when Clint comes out to talk about why he chose course 4 for them and what it represents, he mentions that Jasmine has a great booty, even if Eris don't think so. And then speaking of Jasmine, I'm just like, when everybody left afterwards, because Shaquille said some nice things about him and whatnot, when they leave for the dinner, after the dinner, I know they were joking, but you saw the way Shaquille was just like, let me check out that booty real quick. Listen, Shaquille, I know you're doing that for joking purposes, but I'm just like, listen, people already have their speculations that you would have been better off with Jasmine. So she got a man. I don't know what the heck you trying to do with Kirsten and stuff, trying to get people's hopes up for why, I don't know. But, let's just tone it down, okay? Let's tone it down a little bit. Let's bring it down a little bit. So after that, the guys meet up to chat on the patio the next morning, except for Eris. I think he went back to work again. And they talk about Shaq and Kirsten and how they were matched correctly and how they should probably give it another go. Shaq said they'll have to see how things go, but they're just friends for right now. Whatever. Who cares? Why are we trying to make fetch happen? It didn't work out the first time. It might not work out the next time. If there is a next time. If there's a next time, I'm going to faint. I'm going to faint. Because, they can get back together, but would it work in the long run? I don't know. I don't have confidence that would work out in the long run. But they can give it a go. That's their lives. That's, whatever. And then we get to the girls. They go feed the ponies, the donkeys, the little horses, something. And they talk about Dom and her boo thing, and then Jasmine and her boo thing. Do I really care? Not really, because at this point, we already discussed these things, except for Dom and her boo thing. But even the way she was explaining how she met him and stuff, it didn't seem nothing romantic. It just seemed like, okay, it's a hookup that's going to be more than a hookup. And who knows, it doesn't seem like any promises of becoming anything. Versus Jasmine, she wants to be married. Her boo thing wants to be married. So it may go to the end. But I guess only time will tell. So then we get Kirsten and Shaq. They walk and talk and whatnot, where they talk about different type of things. They're on the same page now, and Shaq sees, Kirsten for her, and he sees that she's vulnerable and everything. So she gets a little teary-eyed. He tries to blow her tears away, and they hug, a long sensual hug. And while she's talking and whatnot, he's blowing the hair away from her face and, fixing her hair and all this stuff. And I'm just like, okay, so this is the time we're going to do the body language we should have been doing during marriage. Just like Jasmine and Harris. whatever. I will say this, at the end, when Shaquille started singing something, I said, when he started singing something, I said, wait, hold up, pause. What are we singing right now, Shaq? And then when Kirsten said trusting in the process, when she started singing trusting in the process, I said, oh no, please let's not go back. Do not bring this song back up, please. Because the way Twitter was clowning this song. Kirsten, please, Shaq, please. Why would you bring that up, Shaq? Why would you do this? Huh? I thought we retired the song. Now, not you rejuvenated the song. No, keep the song. We don't need the song. I'm glad she didn't sing the full lyrics, because when she just said that line, I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. Please leave it alone. They looked like they wanted to kiss, but they didn't kiss. Whatever. And then we get to everyone. They go to like a bus bar. I don't remember what it was called. I didn't write down what it was called, and that's okay. So they sit down and they talk. Nicole asks if this is the last chance for everybody to air out, if they have to say anything, whatnot. Here we go again, Nicole. But of course, I guess everybody, appreciates Nicole for that. Do I? Not really. But okay, I know this is TV. So Dom lets everyone know that she did feel kind of left out, because it looks like the girls were, hanging out and kind of not including her in all their hangouts and whatnot. So Nicole said they'll make better efforts to include her. She's like, oh, she's not tripping. So you're not tripping, Nicole, not Nicole, Dominique. You're not tripping, but you felt some type of way enough to say something about it. So clearly you were tripping about it. So they're going to make more efforts to include her, so that's fine. Nothing else really comes about that. And then that's when we get to everyone to get ready for the Vegas-themed birthday party for Harris and Shaq. And everyone, the guys look basic, you know what I'm saying? But the girls, they look phenomenal. Plus glitter, which I love. I love glittery sequin clothing. They all looked good. All in glitter. Gina's jacket. If they had a jacket like that in my size, affordable, I would buy it. I like that jacket, Gina. You did good. Girl, you did good. Now, Jasmine, you almost was best dressed. You're second up, okay? You're second place best dressed for that night. However, Kirsten, this red dress, you said it before, but looking at it, when I seen you, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what Shaquille was thinking, man. Because, it was like, okay, maybe she got, nah. Seeing Kirsten in that dress, I'm like, Shaquille, what were you thinking? Why'd you do this? She looked good, and I'm like, oh, coincidentally, they were in red together. The same shade this time. And like I said on the reunion, they were wearing the same color, different shades, but the same color, and the mama too. So I don't know what they were trying to do, but I don't think they're together present day, or I don't think they even attempted to go back together. But who cares? Who cares? Because this season's almost over. And at this point, I was excited because it was like the last 10 minutes of the show. So I'm like, oh, I'm almost done with season 16. So then afterwards, she hands them like birthday cards and whatnot, and everyone cheers and parties. And then we get to that night. Dom is the first to leave. She lets us know what she thought about her experience and whatnot. The only thing I took from her walking out was just like, oh, she got a truck. That's it. So then Kirsten's leaving that night as well. So Shaquille walks her out, and do they hug? I think they hug. But it looked like they wanted to kiss before she headed on out. But Kirsten gets emotional in the confessional and says that she wished they could have started on the right foot together. Okay, well, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Y'all did it, and this is what it is now. So if you feel that way now, maybe you need to talk to Shaq about pursuing something together, because clearly he's not reading between the lines, because you want him to make a move, but clearly he's not making a move. So maybe you should make the move. And then Shaq said there's still something there. And then that's where the episode ends. So we're not going to talk about how everybody else is feeling, because, usually by the end, everybody does their little saying of their experience and whatnot. We see them leaving the house, and that's it. But I don't understand how this episode ended in this abrupt ending, unless if there was more, and I just said, okay, this is the end. So because Once after he said there's still something there, it shoots to what's going to be showing next week of the craziest moments from all the different seasons. So I figured that's where it ended. If there's more, I mean, I'm not going to review it since I'm doing the review now, but I guess I'll watch it. But I think that's where it ends. So if that's where it ends, that's a weird way to end Lifetime. You dragged us over half a year to end it like this. So if that's the case, I guess I'm going to end it like this. That's it. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, please subscribe. If you didn't laugh, come back next week so I can make you laugh. Not about Married at First Sight, but maybe about the other shows that I review. And comment what you thought about this episode and this long 39-year season. Be easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. We have reached the end, guys. Thank the Lord Jesus. I can take a break next Wednesday. I will watch the thing, but I ain't doing no review because I need to decompress before season 17 comes out. So thank God we have reached the end. This was a tough challenge. Season 16 was very tough, but we made it. And every that said, good night, goodbye, sayonara, bye. Okay.